Hello everybody, Corey Sanchez here. Welcome to this training. We're talking today about cold prospecting templates. And at the end of the day, cold prospecting is one of the best ways to get in front of people, right? Especially if you're talking about high dollar accounts. What I love about cold prospecting when we're talking about email, talking about LinkedIn, is it allows you to target specifically who you want to go after and reach out to them and get response quickly. Okay. Now, what I love about LinkedIn is we can get up to 15% response rate. Sometimes with email, average email open rate is 10%, right? It could be much higher. We get actually 40 to 50%, and that's in the training area too. We go through some conversion crushing email templates. You get to see those, so it's really fabulous. But a lot of times, cold prospecting is like my favorite thing. A lot of people talk about Facebook, like Facebook, right? They get a lot of from Facebook. I got to tell you guys this. I mean, we spend a lot on Facebook, and it's not nearly the quality as getting them from LinkedIn. I mean, that's just our mindset. And also, you know, you could spend upwards of, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, like you'd spend $7 a lead on up. Right? If you're doing fairly well, you can get $4 a lead on Facebook, but on LinkedIn it could be much less than that. It's just your time or your VA's time, so it could be actually pretty. The results could be much higher than what people get on Facebook. So I think that, you know, a lot of people are just all a flurry about Facebook. I'm really a big believer in being able to reach out to the people I want to reach out to. Training somebody to do that. In one of my businesses, we've been sending out emails to influencers on Instagram, which is somewhat along the same lines of these cold prospecting templates, and we're getting a ton of great responses from people that are going to send us traffic to one of our offers in one of my businesses. So, you know, the stuff that I'm teaching you works for LinkedIn, it works for email, it works for like, you know, even Instagram, reaching out to Instagram influencers, people with websites, bloggers, media folks, right? Absolutely. So let's go ahead and dive in and make this happen. Okay. So, and here's the link. I want you to get this. I'm going to go through this document. This is something I dug up for you guys. Okay, so screenshot this, write down the link. And we're going to go through, because they have a ton of really great templates that are like just, it's epic. Just so many great templates. So right, you know, attach.io/sales-email-templates. Such good stuff. So I'm going to bring it up. So let me see if I can put this inside the chat box for you guys. Okay, so going back to it. Okay, so this is 101 sales emails templates you can use to close more deals. Okay, now this is about as extensive as you can get, right? So, and it goes through all of this. Now, let's talk about cold emailing rules, which they go through, which I completely agree with everything that they're saying. And keep in mind, guys, this works for email, this works for LinkedIn, it works for other stuff as well, right? But short, you want it short, you want it conversational, you want it easy for them to respond to. Like I like messages that where it's just like reply yes, right? Or gives them something small to do, so it's not this big overwhelming thing, right? Follow up is important, right? They talk about that, personalization. So those are some of the things to do that. Okay, there's lots of outbound email automation tools, email tracking, you know, all kinds of stuff. But let's dive into the templates, because that's what we're here to talk about. Okay, you guys have the templates there. Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. So, so let's dive in. By the way, I'll answer all your questions at the very end. So cold email templates, okay. I'm going to talk about a couple. So this one is really simple. We're going to go in the basic and then we're going to get a little bit more complex. Hi, name. My name is so-and-so, C0ry with Mojo Global. We help companies generate leads from LinkedIn. I want to learn how you get leads at your company. I'd like to show you what we're working on. Are you available for a brief call, right? And then you just drop times and options. So remember, just 4 quick sentences and boom, you're out. Right? So moving on, it's same, these messages under this one, cold email templates, are all very similar, right? They give you a lot of different flavors for it. So you can actually kind of pick the flavor that you like the best. Okay? We're helping industry companies collect their prospects straight from professional social networks and import them directly into their CRM, adding phone numbers and email addresses, right? Can you put me in touch with whoever is responsible for new prospecting revenue generating tools? Right? So basically what you'll notice here with all of these is you're keeping it very, very tight. You're giving the biggest benefit. What you're doing is you're identifying the biggest challenge that your prospect is having and serves them up a solution on a silver platter. Now this one I feel is kind of weak, right? Because we're helping other companies collect their prospects straight from professional social networks and import them directly into their CRM, right? I would say I'd rather say something like, we help companies in the blah 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 industry get leads, turn connections from their social networks into prospects and appointments. Right, and then you could elaborate, but I like to get a little bit more specific, kind of like between the eyes of the big problem that your prospect has and then the big solution you offer. I like this quick question. Can you put me in touch with whoever is responsible for new prospecting revenue generating tools at so-and-so? Right, like that's a really great statement. I'm a big believer in that. Okay, here's another short one. Hi, name. C0ry from Mojo Global here. Companies make more sales with consistent marketing. I think that's a weak line. It's like, well, okay, cool. Can you put proven, my company can put proven sales tools in the hands of everyone who sells your products. Still not catching my fancy as much. By the way, these are all templates. These are good things for you to look at, but I'm going through it just to give you some ideas, right? If that sounds useful, I can explain how it works, right? Yeah, this one's a little bit too like mellow yellow for me, right? It's not specific enough. It's not sexy enough. I like really sexy stuff that just gets people to say, "Oh, I need that," right? Like a line we use is, "Are you currently using LinkedIn to generate leads?" And then we get ask for a response, right? Okay, next one. I'm trying to figure out who's in charge of lead generation there at your company. Would you mind pointing me towards the right person, please? And best way I might get in touch with them, right? This one's good, and you might not get as much response because they might say, well, what's in it for me? Why are you trying to get a hold of them, right? So this one's okay as well. Kind of giving you my take on all these prospecting letters. I'm giving it to you, but also kind of helping you come up with better ones, right? Hello, what would it mean if your top line revenue, if you saw a 70% increase in contact rates, 50% improvement in closes, and 40% increase in quotation sales and quota hitting sales reps? This is good. I like this. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. That's really good. Let's find a few minutes to talk about how Inside Sales is providing these results to our clients. I'm available. I like this. This one's probably one of my more favorite ones, right? So I definitely recommend something like that. I think that works. Can we sync up? Not bad. Sync, it's just like one of those corporate-y words, right? It's like synergy. So, all right, next one. Hi, name. I hope this note finds you well. I've been working for a company called specialized in XYZ. In thinking about your role at your company, I thought there might be a good fit for your group. Kind of bland. This part's okay. Our product has garnered lots of attention in the marketplace. Bland, not specific enough. And I think it's something that your organization might see immediate value in. Bland, right? I think, marketplace. These are just such corporate-y words, right? So you would hopefully do something more specific. Can you help me get in contact with the right decision makers? So once again, still this one above is just still my favorite. Looking for best Phoenix contact. Like you would put, I'm in Phoenix, so I'm looking for best Phoenix contact. Name, hey Bob, I'm doing some research on your company to determine if there is or is not a need for lead generation on LinkedIn. Can you please help me by pointing to the best person there for a brief discussion? Right, this one's good. I like this one. It's kind of curious. Doing some research, right? Doesn't seem as pitchy. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Ronald, we do have investment templates for sure. By the way, what are you raising money for? I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Okay, where shall I start? I'm hoping you can help me who handles da-da-da at my company and how I might get in touch with them. I'm hoping you can help me who handles... Okay, this one's good too. Where shall I start? People like to help other people, right? That's just one of the natural things in human psychology. People naturally, I think, want to help each other. They want to help you. They just, this is almost better than kind of being point blank. Like I want to sell you guys something. So this is good. I'm sorry to trouble you. Can you tell me who makes the lead generation decision at a company? How I might get in touch with them? A little too bland. I don't like that as much as this one, right? And by the way, where shall I start? That's a good subject line. Let's see their company name. So Coca-Cola and Mojo Global, right? Not bad. Let's see. Okay, good. That's not a bad subject line. Appropriate person. This I've seen people use. It works pretty well, right? We have a service that will help you insert quick one-liner about the value service delivers. Would you guide me to the person responsible for da-da-da-da? And let me know how I might get in touch with them. Okay, this one's pretty good too. Would you guide me to the person responsible for... I like the word guide. People want to be guides. They want to guide you in the right direction. People don't mind that. We have a service that will help you, da-da-da. I like this one. This one's good. Next one. We have a service that will help you insert quick one-liner about the value your service delivers and have helped similar businesses achieve XYZ results. Okay, same thing. What's the best date and time? I like that. What's the best date or time? Right? You want to remember, take it to a phone call. That's what you always want to be doing, getting on the phone. Okay, looking for an accountant. Okay. I was wondering if you're looking for more business customers. I know the majority of small businesses are looking for a great accountant. So if you're an accountant and you get this, then boom, this is going to get you to open it. So that's a great subject line, right? I like this. We're always looking for a great accountant. I'd be able to generate leads for you if this is something you're interested in. Is there any types of business particular that make good clients for you? Great question, easy to answer. This is a great prospecting letter. Okay, if you aren't the right person to contact about this, let me know. Okay, 10 times Mojo Global results, link leads in 10 minutes. Okay, let me dive through this one. Hello, so-and-so. I have an idea that I can explain in 10 minutes that can get Mojo Global its next 100 best clients, right, as an example. I recently used this idea to help our client, almost triple their monthly rate. I like this. This is good. If you've got great results, this is a really good one. Let's schedule a 10-minute call so I can explain what works best for you. Perfect. This is a phenomenal prospecting letter. Hi, name. This is Corey with RJ Metrics. I just took a quick look at your site. Noticed that, Coca-Cola looks similar to many of the SaaS clients that we help every day, or Mojo Global looks similar. Okay. I'm sure you're already thinking about engagement metrics and ROI by acquisition source, but I'd love to get a sense for how you're uncovering the data and share some insights we learned along the way towards understanding the story behind your business. That one, I would chuck this or make it more specific. This is kind of corporate-y, soundy, not fluff. A lot of corporates, like people that do cold prospecting, they kind of corporate fluff it, right? It's like, super fluffy. I don't like super fluff. I like direct. If you've got the right person, can we connect in the next few days? If not, who would you recommend? So this is not my favorite, I would say. Too much corporate fluff for me. This is, hi so-and-so, this is SDR with RJMX. Just want to introduce myself as company's sales development platform looks similar to many businesses we work with every day. Well, I've got your attention. We'd love if you guys gave RJ Matrix a spin. No reason to, right? Our clients are using us to do things like optimize customer acquisition spend, understand drivers CLV, standardize reporting and KPIs across internal team investors. I'm guessing the person that gets this might like this kind of speak. I'm not sure, hopefully. So it's a decent letter. I'm assuming you're the best person for this, and not who would you recommend I speak with. This one's okay. This one's not bad. Bookkeeping sucks, let us handle it. That'll get your attention. If you think bookkeeping sucks, then yeah, this will definitely get your attention. I would rather do something like, 3 ways bookkeeping loses money, let's see. Yeah, this is not bad. I would do something a little different. I'd say more like top 3 ways bookkeepers lose you money, that kind of thing. Top 3 bookkeeper mistakes, right? Something like that. And I would do more along the lines of that. Booking sucks, and you have a business to run. You created out of passion to do something great. This is kind of presumptive, but not to spend your time on limitless talents and limited day-to-day on bookkeeping tasks. Not bad. So this is a little pitchy sounding, right? If your core competency isn't bookkeeping, let's talk. I'd love to find out more about. I would say instead of if your core business competency, I would say if you hate spending time bookkeeping, or if you'd rather do something else than bookkeeping, right? Or if you know your time is better spent than bookkeeping, I'd say something like that. Let's talk. Okay. Do you have any current issues that we can help answer? Okay, that's okay. What are your biggest challenges, right? Something like that. Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. All right, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, appropriate person. I'm writing in hopes of finding the appropriate person who handles multicultural media, right? I also wrote to da-da-da. Oh, this is good. I also wrote to so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so in that pursuit. If it makes sense to talk, let me know how your calendar looks, right? So that's good. So you're letting them know that, hey, you're reaching out to find the best person. You've also reached out to them. And that'll help them know that, hey, you kind of are in the know. So I like this, right? This one takes more time to do, but it could be very good for you. I like this line. This is really good, because it really is descriptive, right? I'm not going to read the entire thing, but it's, well, here, let me read it. Voodoo Vox helps increases the revenues of Fortune 500 companies by marketing to Hispanics. Okay, you got my attention. If I'm interested in that, you got my attention. Each month we reach 25 million Spanish speakers with an audio message they must hear. Okay, I'm kind of curious what that is. We insert 30-second audio and SMS advertisements and phone calls made on calling cards. The benefit to users, they make their calls for free. The benefit to our clients is they can increase store revenue by providing text message coupons. Typical redemption is 3%. This is good. You're showing them results like a case study. You can measure results online with store sales. Advertisements can target specific ethnic groups and geographies. Some clients include, so you're showing social proof with other clients. I like this message a lot. If you're an appropriate person to speak with, what does your calendar look like? If not, who do you recommend I talk to? I like it. It's a great message. Appropriate person. You see this subject line coming up a bunch. Hi, name. I'm writing in the hopes of finding the appropriate person who handles online advertisement. I also wrote to da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. If this makes sense to talk, let me know how your calendar looks. Around you helps increase the revenues and exposure of local companies. So this is very similar. Okay, same one as the last one, just a little bit different. I'm doing some research on da-da-da to determine if there's a need for Kissmetrics person. Okay. Here's a short infographic. So they're going in by providing an infographic. Okay, oh, nice. It's a different way of doing it. Sometimes you might want to mix it up, right? And send some media. People like media. I like sending videos. So that's my favorite thing to do, right? Sending videos. So we use that. That's just something that we do a lot. You might want to consider doing the same. Let's see, who wants a customer success one-on-one? Who wants a customer success? This one doesn't make sense to me. I don't really know what they're talking about. Maybe I'll open up because I have no idea what they're talking about. I'll be honest, this is not another sales pitch from Sales Instead. I'd like to send you a 2-minute demo. See, the problem with this one is it kind of is a sales pitch, right? I'd like to send you a 2-minute demo video of Gainsight's customer, right? So I don't know. I don't feel good about this one because it's not another sales pitch because it kind of is another sales pitch. So I don't like the subject line. I don't like this part because it's kind of not, I don't know. I do like the fact they use Vimeo. That's cool. I like the video link, right? We're VC backed. That's cool. So this is all good stuff. What's about customers? Yeah, this part's bland. I don't like the last part. So I would say the one thing I do love that they did that I haven't seen is using video. Okay, 2-minute video demo. That's good. That's super good. I would use that. Everything else I would chuck. I understand your CEO at Single Grain, and given that our customers used to use a similar technology, a chat may be beneficial. In short, we created sales automation, salespeople been craving by shoring up shortcomings. This is a weird line. We've created the sales automation, salespeople have been craving. I don't like that line. It doesn't make sense, right? By shoring up the shortcomings. This whole line is kind of janky. You know, it's kind of it's I don't know. It's hard to understand a little bit. Filling in the blind spots and relieving frustrations of current solutions. I don't like things like current solutions. I like being more specific, you know. The difference is obviously for yourself. Okay. It's kind of arrogant sounding, perhaps. Are you available for a brief chat this week, Monday or Tuesday of next week? Thanks. Please feel free to compare us. Okay, that's good. I don't like to do that. I don't like to be compared. I don't want to start people shopping around, right? But I think they have a reason for doing that because they're very confident about how they compare. So that's good. Okay. By the way, you guys kind of getting the feel for this, by the way? Yeah, so this is, I'm just going through these specifically because I'm giving you the good, the bad, the ugly. There's a lot of goods in here that you can do, but there's also some things I would steer away from. But these are great templates, kind of like, just take from here, take from this piece and this piece and this piece and put your own together. Looks like we have, this one is for research outreach email templates. So this is ones where you have somebody doing research, right, on your behalf. Which is good because they take a lot of time, but you might get higher response because it shows you're paying attention. Here are some commonalities between Yesware and TOPO. Twilio is a customer. We are a Salesforce ISV partner, director of sales. Most importantly, we're focused on driving results. Customers like Twitter, Let's explore how we can work together. So basically, this is the company reaching out to, and this is my company, like, let's say for an example. And so, I'm saying, hey, we're kind of, it's kind of like the whole thing, like, the more similar you are to somebody, the more they like you, right? So by comparison, it really kind of like lets them know, hey, we're kind of like a match. It's like, on Match.com or Chemistry or any of those dating websites, they're always trying to pair you together based on similar interests. Well, this is kind of the same thing, but for cold email, right? Okay, let's explore how we can work together to help your customers share the same experience our customers have using Yesware. I can also share with you some more customer success stories. When's the best time to connect? This one's interesting because it says, it looks like your session title is TBD. Is there any data information I can help provide you to strengthen your presentation? Please let me know. Okay, so that's cool. I like that. Introduction, C0ry, prospect's first name. Okay, so you put this little diamond thing, right? C0ry, and then if my prospect's name is Lewis, then put Lewis, right? So that's cool. I like that. It's very personal. A lot. By the way, here's a good subject line I use a lot too. It's like hi. It's like it's like hi C0ry, right? If I'm reaching out to C0ry, I'll say hi C0ry or something like that. So that's a good subject line as well that you guys can use that I love to use a lot. Okay, are you available? Let's see. I recently came across a blog post. I'm just going to go through a couple more. You guys can go through all of these, right? And dive in. I recently came across a blog post that your company wrote, shared, That's good. I like this. This is incredible because it says, hey, I'm paying attention to your stuff. I see what you guys are writing, right? Topic of blog post seems like an interest that we share. In fact, one sentence. Okay, so this is really good because you're using like some of that stuff. I work for Mojo Global and we generate leads. So-and-so recommended I reach out to you. I like that. These ones are going to get much higher response rate, right? The biggest thing is you've got to make sure you get it read. But these will get, they seem more personal in nature, so they'll definitely get a lot more response. At least the response will be better, Okay, are you available for a 10, 30, 60-minute call on so-and-so? Nice. Question about upcoming product launch. I like that subject line. It's kind of curious. Don't know what you're talking about. Let me see. I don't know what product launch. Is it my product launch? Your product launch? Doesn't really say. I read in Wall Street Journal that you're expecting to receive FDA approval. Ooh, this is good. When that finally does happen, you're going to want to get into the market quickly. We recently helped another pharma company slash their packaging delivery time from 18 days to down to just 4 days. I love this a lot. Okay. Perfect. This is actually probably one of my first super good favorite ones. This one's personal, so it's going to take you some research to do that. A few other experiments that you can run to grow your email list. Yeah, that's good. By the way, I like short subject lines rather than long. Just so you know, we've run a lot of data and metrics. Short subject lines work the best, actually. Hey, so-and-so, been a huge fan of your site since it first went up. Noticed you've been running several experiments to grow your email list. Here's a few lesser used strategy that involves explosive growth. If you're sending this to somebody in marketing, then they would definitely get this, right? If you're sending it to somebody in customer support, they may not care. So you just, obviously got to know when to pull the trigger on a certain message, right? So you give them some value. I've been coding for the last several years with a focus on building viral growth engines, really coded all the backend for royalties. Product launch campaign, they got 10K signups in 2 weeks. Happy to lend a hand with future projects. I like this. Social proof, testimonials, case studies, good stuff. New partnership, question mark. You did an excellent job speaking. Okay, good. This one's like a follow-up from speaking at the recent 21st Century B2B Culture event. Do you see social business working, being effective in B2C? I had a few ideas, right? This is good. I like this message. What's the easiest way to get 10 minutes on your calendar? I like that. I like this as a line. What's the easiest way to get 10 minutes on your calendar Thursday to share how our market expertise can be mutually beneficial? I like this better than what's available, because that's kind of used a lot. Okay, good. This one, hi name. I noticed you guys don't have a commenting widget on your site. It's actually something my company provides. E-magazines for free to boost engagement. When you have a few minutes, I'd love to talk to you about Okay, this is good up until this point, right? Because you got to give them a reason. I notice you guys don't have a commenting widget on your site. I would put a case study. We've seen having a commenting widget increases da-da-da by da-da-da, right? And then you would say, that's something I provide. Are you interested in getting higher da-da-da? Then let's chat. Here's what's good for you. Okay, good. We'll go through a couple more, and then we'll. I understand you may be currently using Pardo as an Okay, I don't really like this one. It's too long. Maybe because I don't like Marketo. So, um, interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't, I don't think I would use that one. But I just read your interview in Market News. You mentioned your company's plan. This one's good. It's specific. Excellent. Okay. I'm available next Thursday, May 6th. I think that's a little too specific because it kind of assumes they're going to be available then. Give me time and I'll explain you the details. Also, depending on how far away Thursday is, I don't like setting appointments that are too far out, right? Let's see, referral outreach templates. Terry Fisher told me you'd be talking about, let's see. Okay. LinkedIn. Let's talk about LinkedIn outreach templates, okay? We'll go through some of these and let's see if these are good or not, right? All right, so let's see. I would love to connect with you at some point and learn more about Converto. It'd be great to have a conversation around the websites we call that are adding and dropping your competitors like Edometry. Okay, I like this because you mentioned their competitors. Whenever you mention somebody else's competitor, that's always a good thing because it gets them kind of fired up. Nobody likes competition. Anything that makes you better than your competition, you automatically want. So that's good. Hi, Ravi. In the article you shared on LinkedIn yesterday, good. You can comment based on people's articles. A challenge that I've heard 2 sales directions mentioned this week. Your unique perspective would be beneficial for them to hear. We help sales execs improve their rep success with a similar approach. Do you have 5 minutes to speak on Wednesdays or Thursday? That's, I like the first part, right? So this is good. I like this letter because it's being specific to content they wrote, which is good. Okay, I was looking at intro, question mark, that's a good subject line. I was looking to get introduced to Johnny Dealmaker from Project X and saw you were connected with him. Not sure how well you're connected to him, but if the relationship is strong, I'd really appreciate an intro to chat about the ways to work with my Project Y. This is okay. This one's kind of a far cry because it really doesn't give them a reason why, right? Please let me know if you feel comfortable doing this. I'll forward over a proper request for introduction that you can forward to him, right? It's kind of like, well, what's in it for me? This is good. You will get response, but if you don't have a what's in it for me factor, then you'll get less, perhaps. So always, always be kind of thinking of the other person. Why do they actually want to? I mean, and depending on your relationship, like if you have a good relationship with the person you're sending this to, then they'd be open to sending it. But if they don't really know you all that well and you're sending it, this one might hit a brick wall, right? Might be crickets on the other line. Intro, hey, I was hoping you might be able to introduce me to Johnny Dealmaker at Project X. I want to connect with him because our email list targets are similar demographics with limited overlap. Seeing as our products are non-competitive, I want to touch base to see if he was up for brainstorming ways to leverage our existing user bases to grow both of our lists. Okay. We did this with Company R in the past, and both parties received a 50% lift in new subscribers. Okay, so here's what I would say instead, guys. I would say, hey, hope you're doing well. I saw that, I just want to pipe in. I saw that you're connected to Johnny Dealmaker, and, I was really hoping to get connected to him. I think we could collaborate in some ways. If you could do a quick, if you could do a quick introduction, that would really help me out. And by the way, I would always start with, hey, if there's any connections that I have that you're looking, for, and you could always say that. Just say, if there's any connections that or intros for my connections, then let me know. I'm happy to do so. Right? Okay, good. Follow-ups. Okay, let's talk about follow-ups. Let's see. So here's how you follow up, right? This is not message number 1. This is message number 2, right? One of the things that I always do is a subject line I basically take the last message, forward it on to them. So I put a forward sign or I just forward it. and then I say, um, hey, so and so, just checking in. Did you get my last message? Right? That works really, really well, super well. So here's some examples of them. Name is it below of any interest to you? Okay. Corey is, is below of any interest to you. I don't like that because it is an interest to you. I mean, I don't, you know, I don't think it has to interest them for them to get on the line with me. I mean, it does, but it's kind of asking a question they could say no to, even though they might be interested, right? So, or just saying, hey, did you get my last message? Right? Because I want to read the message to get the response of my first message. So, let's see. I didn't hear back from you last week when I was looking for the appropriate person managing da-da-da. That's not a problem. If it makes sense to talk, let me know how your calendar looks. If not, who is the appropriate person? Okay. Here's what I do. I forward the last message so I don't have to go through all this stuff. I just literally say, hey, so-and-so, just checking in. Hope you're well. Did you get my last message? Just want to make sure, right? That's what I say. Okay. 5 ideas for Starbucks using Twilio. Right. Okay, this is long and drawn out. Okay, so it could be good. Just, I mean, a lot of data. You really kind of hoping the other person reads all this, and they may not, right? Okay, just wanted to circle back on my email regarding a couple comments. Widget for your site. Are you free for a quick call on Monday or Tuesday? Okay, that's not bad, right? I just want to, although I don't like it because there's no reason they should get on the line. Comments widget for your site, right? I like this. 1 minute on site with an addition of our widget. Here's what I would say instead. Hey, so and so, just want to circle back. I've got some ideas on how you can increase the engagement on your website. Okay, very easily. In fact, I think some of the strategies I have could increase, could in fact triple the amount of on-site, of on-site traffic, or like the stick rate of your traffic. I'd say something like that, because they don't care about your widget. They don't care about that. All they care about is, hey, can you help them with this very specific need? So, okay, let's go on. Let's see. How's it going? Can we schedule a time to talk this week? Hey, how's it going? Can we schedule? I like this one. This one's good. This one is short. Okay. Works really well. Okay, go on to the next one. I really enjoyed our phone conversation earlier today. I like this one. Follow up from a first conversation. This is good. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Look, if you already talked to them, that's fine. These ones I'm not going to go through. You can just kind of pick and choose these. These ones are so easy to do. Follow-ups, all that stuff. Let's see. All right, I'm going to keep going, see if there's anything else I want to talk about on this list. Hey, can we hop on a quick call Wednesday, 4 p.m. or Thursday at 11, right? This is good when you're following up, right? Like you already sent a message and you're just saying, hey, I want to get on the phone. And they say, P.S. thought you might find this article interesting, and then you drop the link. I like that. Always offer them value. Leave them something that's of value. I like that. When we spoke, I thought that I understood da-da-da, but you haven't responded. Did I misunderstand or something's changed? Ooh, that's a little combative. Okay. I don't know if I'd send this one. I would send something way different. Hey, so-and-so, I understood that you needed leads from LinkedIn. Here's a good 9-word email that's been made famous by Dean Jackson, Joe Polish, and Dan Kennedy, I think, is, hey, so-and-so, were you still interested in LinkedIn lead generation? Like, that's something I would say. Hey, so-and-so, were you still interested in LinkedIn lead generation? Right? Very simple. I don't know if that's 9 words, but it's, were you still interested in LinkedIn lead generation? Yeah, it's 8 words, but it's still super effective, right? Because it'd be like, oh, yeah. So I would send that over something like this. Okay. Phone number, follow-up, breakup. Haven't heard from you. Thank you for the opportunity. Can I put it on hold for now? Okay, I don't like breakup emails. So I do like this one. I wanted to reach out to. I don't like this one at all. I mean, what are you expecting from this one? But I want to reach out to you with one more time regarding da-da-da. If I don't hear back from you, I'll assume the timing isn't right and won't contact you again. I do like this one. We used it. It gets high response rate. The subject line that I use is more along the lines of last attempt, right? It's very, very aggressive. Okay, so you can use that. Thanks for da da da. I don't like the subject line at all. I think it's bland, but I use like last attempt, and that works out really well. Permission to close your file. Um, this one's not bad. I like this last line. If you're still interested, what do you recommend as a next step, right? Um, Super good. I like this one better than some of the other ones. I don't like the permission to close your file. Yeah, that's probably good. I would say I'm closing your file. Um, all right, but that one you'll get more response, but it might be not as good response, right? Um, okay. Let's see. Thanks to that. Yeah. Okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? That's good. Nice. I've reached out previously regarding, and I haven't heard back from you. This tells me a few things. You're being chased by a T-Rex. I've heard hippo before, but I haven't had time to respond. This is good. Um, okay, this is good. I would send this one. This is a good follow-up. Try to reach you a few times to go over suggestion on improving Buddha, but I haven't put back, which tells me one of three things. All right, so this one's kind of similar. All right, all good stuff. I would definitely use something like that. Should I stay or should I go? Song title, nice. Um, I know you're busy. Just give me a 1, 2, or 3. I like this because it's easy. 1, 2, or 3. We'll pass on partnering this year. Thanks for the offer. We're interested in the event. This is good. Gives you finality to it. Okay. All right. Good. So let's see. So that's it for that. Um, let's see. Da, 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 da. I'm not going to go through that. Second email. Okay, this is good. So this is like sequence. Predictable revenue author Aaron Ross recently wrote this article, How Email Marketing Company add an extra 26% to the new sales growth in 1 year. I'd love to help you uncover whether you could do the same. How about a short call? I love that. That's good. Right? Whenever you're talking about results, like that gets people's interest, especially if it's good results, right? Make it as specific as possible for sure. So to kind of recap everything, guys, okay, short, specific, results-oriented, social proof on who else you've worked with, personalize it based on other people that you're reaching out to. You can do research and tell them things about their company. You could use articles that they posted, right, on their profiles and talk about those. Right, when we're like right now, I'm reaching out to Instagram people on Instagram. They're influencers in the space, and I pull up their Instagram and we're like talking about, hey, I saw this blog post, oh, hey, I could see that your vacation went really well, or hey, good to see that, you had a great weekend, or and so, right? Like we're just commenting on stuff that's going on in their world, so that also works too. Okay. So that's it. You can go through the rest of these and kind of take a look at them and see what's there. Let's talk about subject lines real quick. Ben, loved your tweet yesterday. I love that. Ben, love what you guys are doing at da-da-da. I like that. That's good. Appropriate person. It's decent, but apparently it gets good. It gets good response. Right direction. By the way, I like short. So the shorter you can make it, the better response you'll get. Quick question. I like hi first name. Very much so. Quick question is good. Ideas for da-da-da-da. Ideas for lead generation. Right. Question about da-da-da. Question about da-da-da. I like these. These are all great subject lines. Okay. The only one that I'm not in love with is appropriate person, but apparently it works in the right direction. It's like kind of nebulous for me. This one's good. So-and-so said you might be able to answer this question. I don't know if I'd say that. So-and-so said to contact you. So-and-so said to get in contact with you. I'd say something like that. Okay. Thoughts about da da da. Thoughts about title blog post. That's good. So these are all, most of these are pretty good, you know. Um, there you go. Opening line. So your first line in your email, congratulations on. That's good. I loved your post on dinner. Super good. I saw that we both. That's good too. Mutual connection mentioned. Da, 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 I noticed you. Nice. These are all good. There's a whole thing. It was like Mae West coined the thing like make that said flattery will get you anywhere. So you want to flatter people as much as possible, as long as you're being like uh, genuine about it. You know. Don't seem disingenuous. Okay, that was, guys, that was like drinking from a fire hose of prospecting letters. At the end of the day, pick and choose what works best for you. There's a ton of things on here. This is a really great resource. I want to go through it, tell you the good, the bad, what I would do instead. So we'll get this up in the training area for you guys so you guys can go through it. Okay, I'm going to stay on and answer questions in the chat box, but you guys are free to go, so thanks for being on. We'll see you next, we'll do another one next Tuesday at the same time. Okay, so we'll see you guys then. And in the meantime, making sure you're going through the last trainings and you're actually taking action on things, because that's really actually the most important part. So I'll be in the chat box answering some questions for a couple of you folks that had some. But you're free to go. Thanks so much for tuning in. Adios.